Hi YouTube. Normally I wouldn't do a video this early in the during the day on a Tuesday, but I actually wound up with a viral stomach thing that kicked off last night at about 2:30 in the morning. So I don't have anything else I can do, and I can't go to work because I'm contagious according to the doctor. So I thought I'd do a video. So there's another video that's coming. Something big's going on with me. And I'll put that out. But what I want to do right now was, because last night my friend got his M8 Direware to me through another friend, and I sharpened it, and I wanted to just kind of guess blade it because I've never had one of these in my hands, and I was surprised. One, even though I've heard videos and people talk about how beefy this thing. I mean, it's a tank. Look at that. Look at the pocket clip is bigger than some of my other knives. Let's see. Compare that pocket clip. You can pretty much almost compare the pocket clip to my Firm Forge Intact. I mean, it's seriously, they're almost the same size. But the flip side of that, I was surprised that for as big as it is, it's so smooth. And I mean, and I didn't re-oil it. I sharpened it, and there's probably still a little bit of grit, but I wasn't going to take this apart. This is a custom knife, full on custom. It's kind of like the Spanto grind on it. Beefy, beefy. Look how thick that blade stock is. But the other thing I was surprised about was how shallow this edge comes down and is so thin. I mean, you can look at that on that tip, and I mean, it's still thick, but oh my, to take that thick blade stock and then take it down and hollow grind it out like that. And like all knives that leave my house, customer sends me a knife. Now we're gonna try and do this video without too many interruptions, but there may be bathroom breaks involved because, like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest. I really don't feel good. So this isn't going to be a long video, but I probably will flip it around and give you guys, well, I don't know, maybe we can just do it this way and not have to flip it around. Direware M80, it's in CMP 110V. And it's the first time I've ever sharpened anything in this. This has been kind of a week for me to do first. The 110V, CPM 110V, he wanted to maintain the factory angle, or the maker's angle. He wanted it pretty much to stay stock, so I did do that. But I could tell just by the way that steel was cutting, or wasn't cutting would be more an accurate way to say it. That's some hard steel. There's no way that I would want to reprofile one of these. It would cost me more in stones than I would make on the backside. Titanium handles, titanium mill pocket clip. It's massive. It's massive. It's big enough that this big, that's where he keeps it, because it doesn't have a spot for a lanyard, so he puts one over the big pocket clip, because trust me, there's still room for your pocket in that. I want to be careful around that edge and how sharp it is. Got done with this and took one of my wife's hairs and I split it right up the middle. I posted the picture of it. It's got a unique, it's kind of really wide but still thins out, that Spanto type. That angle's really pronounced in there. I don't know what, I didn't look into it real hard. I don't know what the bearings are on it, to tell you the truth, but I would imagine they're ceramic by the way they feel. Ceramic detent. It is so ever so smooth, and I did oil it a little bit, but you can see there's still gunk and stuff coming out of it. I'm gonna wash it out real good and get it back to him. I just wanted to get some oil on it. The grip on it is really good because it's so big, and like I said, I've got big hands. But I can tell you right now, this wouldn't be something I would want to cut with for very long, because if you look, that's nothing but one great big hut. It's like taking one knife and sticking another knife next to it to hold on to. It's a brick. It's a tank. It is overbuilt to the extreme, but then you got that really super fine edge. You could do fine work with this if you wanted. It comes down real thin at the tip. I mean, like I said, it's kind of fat, but I don't think it's any really, well, maybe a little bit, but I mean, there's a tip there that you can work with. You got this big belly, and it got sharp quick. Once I got the start cut with the coarse stones, it no problem on the finer stones. They cut really well, but I could tell on the coarse stones that if I was trying to reprofile, it took a while to set the edge and apex it. So it's not gonna be a real long video. It's not my knife. I'm not gonna do any cutting with it other than what you've seen. Let's see here if I can. Just drop it in and push cut. So it took a really, really fine edge, and I noticed that some steels will retain a scratch pattern up to the 1000 grit. By the time I had gotten to 1000 grit, it was pretty polished. It was smoothing out. So I don't know what the Rockwell is on this, because, like I said, it's more of a custom. It's Direware M8, and I'm not joking. That pocket clip is huge. I wouldn't want to try and do, like, if I was out and I was having to do any significant cutting, I think I would take a Torx bit with me and just take the pocket clip off and throw it in my pocket and then put the clip back on when I was done. Jimping is not too aggressive, but it's also not, as I like to say, vestigial, fake. Not really. You've got that right there as a little thumb ramp you can come up on and get some purchase. This is what it is. It's supposed to be over the top, a beast, and it is. It really is. So you can see construction. I try to be real careful. I didn't want to scratch it up or anything. I like this. You can see he does carry it. I like this kind of two-tone titanium where it's milled out here, and then it's kind of bead. Looks like it's either bead blasted or stone washed. I think it's stone washed. It doesn't feel like it's bead blasted. Pocket clip's been blasted in some fashion where it gives it some. It's got some texture to it. You see. So all in all, like I said, I was impressed. I always kind of wondered about these. I'd seen them, and I know they're monsters. They're, like I said, look at that. I've got books that aren't that thick, not just comic books. But at any rate, sharpened it up, and it sharpened up nice, and it took a really fine edge. And like I said, surprisingly delicate once you get down and realize how thin that edge is ground. For such a big knife to have such a delicate edge and be ground so narrow and so thin, kind of surprised me. So I'm just happy. I'm glad to have gotten one in my hands. It's the first Direware I've ever sharpened. It's a friend of mine named Mark. I sharpened it. I'm gonna tag him in a video. If you vape, please visit Mark's site. It's Mackover, Makkover. He has his own line of vaping supplies, vaping juice, and I think he's getting ready to make some new ones that are out there. So if you happen to, I know some of these communities cross over. If you happen to be someone that vapes, you can look him up and find him online. It's Mackover LLC, Makkover. So, all right. Shout out to Mark, because you gave me a shout out on the job I did on this. So, all right, YouTube, I am probably going to go lay back down. And we were able to do this without me having to, oh no, and pause the video and take off. I'm just about worn out. So you guys take it easy. I'm going to go take a nap.